Have you ever caught yourself saying "we" so often that you forget what "me" even sounds like? If you're nodding along, you're not alone. Relationships can be beautiful, but sometimes, in the process of loving someone else, we start to lose sight of who we are. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of a new relationship, or the comfort of a long-term one, and slowly let your own identity fade into the background. It often starts small. Maybe you skip your weekly painting class because your partner prefers to stay in, or you put your career dreams on hold to support their ambitions. Over time, these little sacrifices can add up, and before you know it, your own aspirations, goals, and dreams are gathering dust. You might not even notice it at first. After all, compromise is part of any healthy relationship. But when compromise turns into self-erasure, it's a red flag. Sometimes it's about avoiding conflict. You might stop seeing certain friends because your partner doesn't get along with them, or maybe you give up a hobby you love because it's not your thing as a couple. These choices can feel like acts of love, but when they pile up, you might start to feel like a shadow of your former self. For example, imagine you used to love hiking every weekend, but your partner isn't outdoorsy. At first, you skip a few trips. Months later, you realize you haven't laced up your boots in ages. Take Sarah, for example. She dreamed of becoming a graphic designer, but after getting married, she took a job she didn't love because it fit better with her partner's schedule. Years later, she barely recognizes the ambitious, creative person she once was. Or think about Mike, who used to play soccer every weekend. Now he spends his Saturdays running errands for his partner, missing out on the camaraderie and joy that once energized him. These stories aren't rare. Maybe you found yourself drifting away from your own friends or saying no to invitations because you feel guilty leaving your partner alone. Or perhaps you've stopped pursuing your own interests, thinking it's more important to be available for your partner's needs. Over time, these patterns can leave you feeling isolated and disconnected from the things that once brought you happiness. The emotional consequences of losing yourself in a relationship can be heavy. You might feel resentment bubbling up, or a quiet unhappiness that's hard to name. Over time, you may even lose your sense of identity, wondering who you are outside of your relationship. It's not uncommon to feel anxious, unfulfilled, or even depressed when you realize you've put your own needs and dreams on the back burner for too long. This can lead to arguments, distance, or even depression. When you become a shadow of yourself, it's hard to feel truly fulfilled, or to bring your best self to your relationship. Sometimes, the very thing you thought would bring you closer can actually create a wedge between you and your partner. So how do you recognize these patterns? Start by asking yourself, when was the last time I did something just for me? Do I still pursue my own interests? Or have I let them go? If your answers make you uneasy, it might be time to set some healthy boundaries. For example, if you realize you haven't seen your friends in months, or you can't remember the last time you did something you truly enjoyed, it's a sign to pause and reflect. Setting boundaries doesn't mean shutting your partner out. It means making space for your own happiness too. Try carving out regular me time, even if it's just an hour a week to read, paint, or catch up with friends. For instance, you might set aside Wednesday evenings for your book club, or Saturday mornings for a solo walk in the park. Communicate these needs openly with your partner and encourage them to do the same. Encourage your partner to do the same. Healthy relationships thrive when both people grow as individuals. Remember, being together doesn't mean being glued together. In fact, having separate interests and friendships can make your relationship stronger, giving you more to share and talk about. Practice speaking up about what you need. It might feel awkward at first, but expressing your needs is a sign of strength, not selfishness. For example, you might say, "I love spending time with you, but I also need time to recharge on my own." Or, "I want to support your goals, but I also need to pursue my own." Reclaiming your happiness is a journey. Start small, pick up an old hobby, reach out to a friend, or set a new goal for yourself. Celebrate every step you take back toward your dreams. Maybe you sign up for that pottery class you've always wanted to try, or you reconnect with a friend for coffee. Each small action helps you rebuild your sense of self. If you find yourself in a relationship that's hurtful or demeaning, know that you deserve better. Leaving isn't easy, but sometimes it's the bravest thing you can do for yourself. If your partner consistently dismisses your needs or makes you feel small, it's important to reach out for help and consider your options. Reach out for support. whether it's friends, family, or a professional. You're not alone, and there's no shame in asking for help. Surround yourself with people who remind you of your worth and encourage you to pursue your own happiness. Rebuilding self-worth takes time, but every day is a new chance to rediscover your joy. Fill your life with things that light you up, your passions, your people, your dreams. Remember, you are worthy of love and happiness, both within and outside of your relationship. Remember, the best relationships are the ones where you can shine together without losing your own light. Don't disappear. You deserve to be seen, heard, and celebrated for exactly who you are. Set boundaries, honor your needs, and never be afraid to put yourself first when you need to. And if you needed this reminder today, know that you're not alone. You're worthy of love, especially your own. Take the first step today, and remember, loving someone else should never mean losing yourself.